What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today is October 5th of 2019. It's just a little bit past 7 in the morning. I kind of wanted to get my prediction thread out here from Michigan to Iowa, and then from Michigan State, Ohio State. And I'll start off with Michigan State and Ohio State here first. I don't know if the Spartans are up to the task. Even though if they bring their A game, I honestly don't know if they're going to come away with a win. And it's at Ohio State. I can't remember what it's called down there. I call it the toilet because it looks like a toilet seat. But I'm a Michigan fan, so I kind of like to give Ohio State fans a little bit of flack. But honestly, guys, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a win, and it could be a bad loss for Michigan State here too. We all know last week that Indiana kind of put Michigan State, I don't want to say to the brink, but gave them a pretty good run there last week. I thought Indiana might actually come up with a win because it was a pretty close game all the way through the game, which is nice to see. And I was actually at the stadium. Last week, and I actually watched that game unfold, and was out with my family and friends, which was awesome. But yeah, I honestly don't know if Michigan State's going to come through. D'Antonio's got to come with his A game. All the coaches and players got to come with their A game. And even though the A game may not be enough for Michigan State to come away with a win at Ohio State, can they do it? Yes, they can do it. But is it likely that they're going to? Probably not. Not as. I mean, Ohio State's been through. What is it, 3 or 4 teams already, and they destroyed pretty much everyone that they've came across. And I just hope it's not another kind of another game where Michigan State's going to be like, oh boy, here we go, and then the score just gets out of control. But Antonio, I think, knows what he's doing. They may be a much closer game than even what I think here. But Lewerke's going to have to play well. The offensive line is going to have to play well. Cody White's going to have to come up. Everyone's going to have to come up there for Michigan State. The defense, which has kind of been the key to this team, is going to have to come up and help this team out if they're going to have any chance to win, or even try to even keep it somewhat close. And the defense is going to have to kind of step up here. So with that being said, I think really is what's going to happen. You're probably going to see a 24-point win for Ohio State, because right now they look like the best team in football. I mean, Alabama hasn't looked good, but they've kind of had their falters. And Clemson's kind of had a nail biter with North Carolina last week. I think it was like a 2-point conversion away from them winning that football game. So right now, I think Ohio State's probably the best team in the country, and it could get ugly. Very well could get ugly. Like I said, I think a 24-point loss. I'm probably going to say 42 to probably 17 is probably my prediction for today, because I think Michigan State can probably score a little bit. It's just if they're going to score and how big the spread's going to be is pretty much what I'm getting at. And kind of what really I'm interested in, as you guys know, I'm a bigger Michigan fan than I am a Michigan State fan, is Iowa and Michigan. I think Michigan actually goes out to Iowa and plays them. I think this is the first meeting they've had in some time. Within the last 2 years, I think, are probably even better than that. Michigan's got to come and kind of do what they did to Rutgers a little bit, kind of have their way, control the line of scrimmage on both ends of the ball. Because if they look anything like they have the last couple of games against Middle Tennessee State, against Army, and I can't remember who the last team they played. Oh, Rutgers, and there was one other team. They're going to get trounced. They're going to get trounced. And the fan base is actually going to start turning on Harbaugh. You're going to see the fan base, the Michigan fan base, kind of be like, "What? This is not what we signed up for." I kind of get into this here. Excuse me, just a little bit here. The fan base is going to be like, "Well, this is not what we signed up for. We know what coach we got when we signed him. Now he's got his players in, and he's not really doing much. Actually, the team looks to actually be regressing." To my eyeballs, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but my eyeballs seem to think that the team is regressing. It's just going to be bad if Michigan ends up losing this football game, and if they end up losing convincingly, on top of that, I think you're going to see a rabid fan base on top of it. Because Iowa's a good football team. I'm not going to sit here and say Iowa's a bad football team and Michigan should probably run all over them. I'm not doing that. Iowa's a good football team in the Big Ten. They probably are going to compete for the for the West Division along with Northwestern. So you got to give Iowa credit. And kind of going on here with Harbaugh, when Michigan got him 5 years ago after Brady Hoke kind of left the program, I kind of thought that Jim Harbaugh was going to bring good things, maybe even not necessarily national championships, but to get us into that national championship conversation. And the pundits always kind of seem, and the media always seems to think that Michigan is in there for a national championship, and the play always seems to think the otherwise. I don't think that Michigan is anywhere near a national championship level. I think they're probably in the second tier, possibly even the third tier of somewhat of good teams, because, and the only reason I say that is because Michigan has never kind of came up on with a promise. Yeah, they had 9 wins. They had a possible 10 win, and they had an 11-win season where they kind of went 11-1. I think with Brady Hoke's players, I think is what it was. He went in and came in to be 11-1. But Jim Harbaugh is the coach that back then he took Stanford to places where I don't want to say they've never really been before, but he got that program to be a very, very good program. And then he went to the NFL and he got San Francisco to a Super Bowl. Didn't win the Super Bowl, but got them there. And now that he's to Michigan and he's had Brady Hoke's players and he was kind of really high, I thought, man, if he can do this with Brady Hoke's players, who even knows what's even going to happen when he comes and gets his players in? Well, it's kind of been on a downward trend here all throughout his tenure. I still see no real player development from him. I want to see. I don't think Shea Patterson is the right quarterback for the system now. Granted, everyone's trying to learn along here with Gaddis's new offensive game plan and scheme that he wants to play. I think McCaffrey is probably the better quarterback, and Milton is actually a very good quarterback here as well. The little playing time that I've seen him play, he's a legit quarterback, and I don't understand why Harbaugh just doesn't say, "Look, man, we're not Shea or McCaffrey. You're not cutting it. So Joe Milton, go in there and see what you can do. Try to jumpstart this offense." And not doing anything to have a coaching controversy or quarterback controversy. It's to try to get the team to perform at the level that people expect Michigan football to be at. And I'm not trying to say national championship caliber level. I'm just trying to say get us to so we can compete for the division title and not the conference title, because I don't know if anybody really knows, but the Big Ten has kind of squared them out in the East and the West division. So, I mean, if Michigan comes in with a loss today, I probably think it's probably no matter how they actually perform, Michigan is going to be, you're going to see the fan base probably calling for Harbaugh's head. They already are really starting to, some of the fan base is already starting to say, look, man, you're not cutting it here. But if they lose to Iowa today, you're going to see probably a pretty rabid fan base and probably calling for Jim Harbaugh's head, if not putting him on the hot seat because of it. And deservedly so, because he really hasn't done much for Michigan football within the last 5 years. And it's actually been, it was one of the pundits that I can't remember which one said it, said, since about the Ohio State game last year, you've seen this team just kind of sharply kind of go down. And I don't really know why that is. I don't know why there was a sharp decline, because he's getting 3- and 4-star recruits because of that. That's pretty much all I have today, guys. I really apologize for not getting much more on Michigan State. I just don't think they really have a chance against Ohio State today. That's going to be the late game. It's going to be a 7:30 game. I think Michigan and Iowa play at noon, right around there. May even well be a 3:30 game. I'm guessing it's probably noon time. But we're going to go ahead and see how these two teams play. I'm a Michigan. I live right in Michigan, and East Lansing to me is only about a 20-minute drive. 20-minute, half-hour drive, depending on how traffic is. So I'm pretty close to the campus here. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you guys hit that bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. I'm going to go get some more coffee, guys. I'm really not woke up, as you guys can tell, this early morning live stream. All right, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.